Hello, hello. Happy week 4 and the final ending of this program. I am so excited if you have made it all the way through this program. I hope that it has been a blessing to your business, and I hope it has taught you some things to implement in your business. I hope you have seen great results from this business program that we have done. And yeah, I'm gonna wait a second and see who hops on, because I did not let you guys know that I was coming live, and then I will get started. This week is really gonna be about what now, and what to do now that we are kind of, coming to the end and closing the chapter of this program. So, hello. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Monday. I think it's finally warming up outside. All right, thank you, Debbie. This is from My Little Gym Boutique. I get all my stuff where our SFR shirts are from. I get all my stuff from there, so I'm sure this is still on the website. It's my favorite. All the cheetah, all the neutral, just cheetah all over it. All right. So as you guys are hopping on, first thing I want to do is just say thank you again for participating in this program. This is the first time I've ever done a program like this. And I'm just really proud of you guys for taking it seriously, for doing the things, even if you didn't want to do it. I am just so proud of you guys for showing up for yourself, showing up for your team, showing up for your business. Let's see, Lisa, my area was hit by a tornado last night. I am so sorry, girl. I'll be praying for you guys. But like I said, that's the first thing I wanted to do is say congratulations for doing it scared, for doing the things that most won't do to get the results that most want but don't have, because they aren't willing to put the work in. So I'm so proud of you guys. Second thing, if you are watching live or you are watching the replay, I want some feedback from you guys. So if you could just drop in the comments, you will not hurt my feelings. If you did not like this program, that's fine. I would love to know what you guys think or thought about this program. Was it a good push for you guys? Would you like to see something like this in the fall? Would you like for it to be expanded a little longer than 3 weeks? What are your thoughts? Okay, loved it, needed it. It's been awesome. Kicking the butt I needed. Made me do things I'd never done on my own. Okay, awesome. And I know I've said it before, but when I was thinking about doing this and praying on it, I wanted to do this back in January, but it just didn't feel like the right time. So when I, was planning it out and all of that, I'm really excited that it worked out the timing it did. Let's see. I think I saw someone said expansion would be awesome. Okay. Like it, strict with assignments, perfect. That's the teacher in me, holding people accountable. And I need it too. I need the accountability. And I've been doing this right alongside of you guys. I loved it. Mini bags sucked. Okay, loved the growth. Got me out of my comfort zone. Loved it. Okay. So like I said, I did this right alongside of you guys. And something I needed to adjust in my business is Facebook parties. I don't know if this has been something that you guys have been noticing as well. The algorithms are getting the best of me. They're getting the best of us. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but that's really why I wanted to take it back to the basics of these mini bag parties, okay? So getting these smells underneath people's noses, getting us back to the catalog, and getting us to the basics of this business, okay? the basics of this business are the testers, are the smells, are having people fall in love with fragrance by sharing it with them, not selling it to them, but you're sharing an experience with them. So that is really and truly what I wanted you guys to experience by getting smells underneath people's noses and helping you guys from there realize that it really is a connection. It really is a relationship building thing whenever you are connecting over fragrance. Okay, so I, like I said, did this right alongside you guys. Let me show you something that I changed up for today. So an idea that I just actually got from Katie Lassiter, she said she was going to drop off orders because you guys know we just got back from home office. She was saying she needed to book parties, and I said I needed to too. So what she was saying is orders that she had that she was getting ready to drop off today and tomorrow, she was going to text them and ask them if they wanted mini bag parties, okay? Or bag parties that she had on hand. So I am dropping off a mini bag party with an order that I am dropping off today. The lady is a new customer. If you guys remember me talking about the lady from the car dealership, it's her. So I'm going to be dropping off a mini bag party. I changed it up a little bit, and what I did include some order forms, but I put her party link right here with a QR code. I made this on Canva. I printed it off. I put some extras in the back here with some order forms. But that way, she has this at the car dealership. People can pull stuff out. They can smell it. They can look at the catalog. But they can also really quickly have their phone out, scan this, and go straight to her party link. Okay? A lot of people, what I'm finding out, are more prone to want to just shop by themselves rather than writing on an order form, which is perfectly fine, but I want them to have both options. The other ones I sent out, I realized that the hosts were quickly texting me saying, hey, do I have a party link open so people can order from? So people were wanting to do that. They were wanting to pay the shipping, which is perfectly fine. Just communicate with them that they can order from a party link or they can do the order form, okay? So that is something that I changed. I'm trying to get 3 more of these out, but that is something that I did change that I found would be hopefully more helpful to her as she has this mini bag party. So great feedback. Let me see what else you guys said. Glad I waited to do it till April. Facebook parties are crickets. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I just know that there is a shift and something's happening with posts not being seen, even if notifications are on, even if I'm messaging people. So what I have to do is I just have to take a step back. I have to analyze everything. You have to shift, you have to adapt. And that's something that I'm doing, okay? I built my business doing home parties. I had never had a successful Facebook party until COVID happened. So I had to teach myself how to do that. And now I'm having to shift again, okay? So when you learn that one particular party style isn't always going to be it, then you just take a step back, you learn how to make it happen, and you just kind of move with everything, okay? So week 4, I know technically the program is over, but just a screenshot, Spark Notes version of everything you guys have done this program. Week 1, we covered who you are and what is your why. Your assignment was to go live on your social media, and if you were watching, you did that. So proud of you for doing it scared. Then your ongoing assignment was to go live on your story 5 out of 7 days each week. If you've been doing that, bravo. If you haven't, I highly encourage you to show up at least 1 time a day in your stories about Scentsy and make sure that Scentsy's not all you're talking about. At Summit, at home office, we had several different OG speakers, so people who've been with Scentsy since the very beginning. And one of them, Wendy Robinson, she was speaking about how to be interesting on social media. And she made a very valid point saying, if you're not interesting to follow on Facebook, she's not going to follow you. Meaning, she doesn't want to see you just sharing other people's stuff. She doesn't want to see you just talking about Scentsy. She wants to see what's exciting in your life, what is interesting, what's keeping her coming back to look at your stories, what's keeping her coming back looking at your posts. And she made a wonderful example. If you guys know Maggie Hensley, she is a wonderful woman, but she is an SSD. She is a mama of like 7 boys now. but only, I think 3 or 4 of her boys are her biological boys, but she is a foster mom, and she has adopted these beautiful little boys and given them a life that they wouldn't have had. So she gave that example of, I follow Maggie because she's interesting, because I know that when I go to her stuff, I'm going to see this beautiful story of what could be broken in a childhood that her and her husband are giving these different lives for these boys, with their adoption stories and all of that. So make sure you are doing that. People want to see your life. People want to see the real you. People want to connect with you. What's worth connecting with? Okay, are you a plant mama? Are you a dog mama? Are you a human mama? Do you love going to the beach? Do you love traveling? Do you, I don't know, whatever it might be, show up as you. You're the only person. That was the whole point behind that assignment. Week 2, the Who of Sales. It was in 2 parts, the Who of Sales, and then we did the Who of Sponsoring, okay? So we did the 10 mini bag parties. I highly recommend you continue to do those. Continue to get the testers underneath people's noses, and then from there, those people who are ordering are your new customers. Connect with them on Facebook, connect with them on social media, get them in your VIP page, and make sure they're a customer for life. Those are going to be your next hosts, your next clubbers, and possible next teamies. That was the whole thing around that. And then the Who of sponsoring, getting comfortable with having those conversations, getting comfortable with hearing the word no, getting comfortable with being told no. Okay, we talked about the triple F. We talked about who the 3 people, the 3 groups that you would like to talk to the most with sponsoring: friends, so people who need a community, people who need fun, so a mindless side gig, and people who need funds, people who need extra money. Okay, talk about how Scentsy blesses your life. You can't talk about that enough. Talk about what Scentsy's doing for you, why you're doing Scentsy, and that sparks interest in other people. Okay, just make sure that you include the income disclosure statement in those stories, posts, whatever you do if you're doing it on social media. But you cannot talk about that enough. What Scentsy does for you, that catches people's attention. Okay. Week 3, we talked about no one likes dust balls and cut the fluff. Okay, I talked a lot about income producing activities, what that looks like in your business, what it doesn't look like in your business, and then I challenge you all to get a planner and then to come up with a daily task list to help you stay focused and consistent in your business. Whatever title you are, that is the most important thing that you can do, is be consistent, consistent, consistent. The magic is not going to happen overnight. The title is not going to come overnight, but what you are putting in place right now, right in this moment, and this past month, and in this month, and in June and July, is going to blossom, and the seeds that you are planting are going to blossom. The harvest is coming. You just have to stay diligent. You have to stay consistent, and nothing worth having comes overnight. Okay? So, with all of that being said, I wanted to kind of expand this a little farther, and I wanted to talk about walking the walk in week 4, okay? So walking the walk, week 4 is gonna kind of go in through May. We have an incredible month that is coming. If you guys watched Dan Orchard's live last night, we have an insane amount of things that are coming this month that started today, that come on the 4th, that come on the 6th, that come later in the month. We have a lot of stuff happening. So number 1, I want you guys to remember, as if you are a leader, if you're not a leader yet, that's fine. I want you guys to remember, do not bite off more than you can chew. As these LTOs start coming, because there's a lot of LTOs happening this month, you need to make sure that the catalog is your bread and butter. This is your bread and butter throughout your entire Scentsy career. Your business relies solely on this catalog, okay? LTOs are sprinkles. They are icing on the cake, but it is not how you run your business, okay? So I just wanted to say that before we get started. So when you're walking the walk, okay, I would not go ahead and start sharing Beauty and the Beast. That comes on the 6th. Today is the 1st, right? The 6th? Okay. I would not start sharing Star Wars unless it's in your VIP page. I did share it with my VIPs. I did put it in an email because I didn't want to send 2 emails, but I'm going to kind of have to anyways because of Beauty and the Beast. That's besides the point. I wouldn't go ahead and share that. We have a warmer of the month that just launched today. Star Wars, we have that stuff coming. I would share, it's the 8th. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about because I'm not talking about it yet, right? You have the month at a glance. Thank you guys for correcting me. 8th is Beauty and the Beast. See, I don't even know. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on booking parties, and Barb's over here. That's why I'm looking at her. I'm focused on booking parties, and I'm focused on my whole month. I'm not focused on LTOs, okay? I won't start talking about that, and I won't start putting it in my stories, and I won't start personally communicating that until Star Wars stuff is over, okay? Do not bite off more you can chew. Do not throw it all at your customers because they're going to clamshell. They're going to close up, and they're going to say, I don't even know what you just said to me, but that sounds like I'm going to spend my whole paycheck, so I'm not going to spend anything at all. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Don't bite off more you can chew. Talk about what's available right now. Then talk about what's coming Thursday. Then talk about what's coming next. Then talk about what's coming next. Okay? So, catalog is your bread and butter, period, the end. At Summit, we had an amazing speaker, and his name was Bart Berkey. If you listened to the live last night from Dan, you heard him talking about him. He is a phenomenal man, but his background is in hospitality, and he was one of our speakers at Summit. I have his book. I don't read, but I am going to read this book. It is one of those books where it's like full of like knowledge and quotes that I can definitely get down with. But his main focus is do what most people don't, okay? Do what most people don't. And the big vision for him was, and what stuck out to me, is most people don't take the stairs when there's an escalator or an elevator right beside it. Most people don't do that. So he showed us different videos. He showed us different percentages with data and all this. And after that, challenged us to be the difference and do what most people don't, start taking the stairs. Okay? So you bet your bottom dollar, me and Ray Ray, when we were leaving that hotel and going to the airport to leave to come back home, carried both of our luggage down the stairs whenever Chastity, Katie took the elevator. Okay? Do what most people don't. That stuck out to me so big. And he has a podcast. I'm sure he's on YouTube as well, but he was phenomenal. So do what most people don't. Most people don't do what you're doing in this business. Most people don't show up for programs like this. Most people don't complete weeks 1 through 3 of a program that they say they were going to complete when it felt good, when it was exciting that there was a new program coming out, when Amber made the first post. Most people don't do what they said they were going to do, even when it was scary, but you did it. Okay? Another speaker, Superstar Director Lindsay Bates. She is a Superstar Director that has been around for quite some time. She is an OG. She is in Circle of Excellence. She spoke and she said, work like nobody else now so you can one day work like no one else. I'm going to say that again because it hit me in the gut. Work like nobody else now so you can one day work like no one else. I challenged you guys to think about why you're doing Scentsy. Why are you doing this thing? Why are you showing up to a program like this? Why are you completing activities that I give you and assignments and turning them in on time? You're not doing it because I'm holding you accountable. You're doing it because you have an inner motivation. You have an inner reason to be completing this stuff. Because I'm not holding your hand. I can try to help you as best I can. I can give you the knowledge. I can give you the tools. I can try to, tell you what works for me, what doesn't work for me, give you all the examples. But at the end of the day, you are in charge. Okay? Do what most people don't so that one day you can work like nobody else. Okay? It's not going to always be easy. It's going to be the hardest right now while you're building. But the harvest will come. Just stay the course. Okay? Something that Jen Audette, she also spoke. She's one of the most incredible people. She is also in Circle of Excellence. If you've never listened to her train, I highly recommend Jen Audette. Something that she came up with years ago is the formula of 2 by 2 by 2. Okay? That's the formula for success that she laid out years ago when she was doing a training. Okay? 2,000 PRV, 2 new teamies a month for 2 years. 2,000 PRV, 2 new teamies a month for 2 years. An average of that is going to get you to superstar director. Okay? Not only doing that, but also teaching your team to do the same. Okay? So I want to kind of take that and I want to kind of switch it up a little bit. Okay? To the 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. So 4 2s. 2,000 PRV a month, which is the annual or the monthly sales award, right? That minimum $600 paycheck. Average 1 to 2 new teamies a month. Okay, and I'm saying average because there is going to be some months where you're like, oh my God, I planted all the seeds, but nobody bought. Nobody, I didn't hook anybody. Everybody sank. Okay, that was me last month. I made a lot of planting of seeds, but I didn't recruit anybody last month. Talking about average. 2 new clubbers. Okay, we talked really heavily on why Scentsy Club is important. It is revenue coming in that you don't have to think about. It's PRV that you don't have to think about. Okay, I did a training on why PRV or why Club is so important. It's very important. And doing all of that for 2 years consistently. Okay, so I just added in the club piece. So with club, I want each of you on here, if you do not have currently any clubbers, I want you guys to set a goal for yourself. I want you to set a goal for yourself that number 1, you want to get the amount of clubbers to get 200 PRV a month without thinking about it. Why 200 PRV? 200 PRV is active. If you knew that without having to party, if you knew without having to do anything, you already had 200 PRV set in stone, ready to go each month because of clubbers, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? That might seem very minimalistic to some of you, but that's a big deal. 200 PRV coming in that you don't even have to think about. Okay, so if you don't have at least 200 a month, I want you to start small and I want you to start there. Doesn't matter if it's small PRV. Okay, 200 PRV is a big deal. It's active. If you are already at the 200 PRV mark a month with clubbers, I want you to bump it up to 500. Amber, why 500 a month? 500 PRV a month, if you are a lead consultant and above, is minimal PRV for paid at title. Without anything else. Without partying, without doing anything. You will already have your PRV in to be paid at title from just having a conversation about somebody wanting to get 10% off, a half off item every 1, 2, 3 months. They get to choose. That's it. That's it. I know for me, that is why I talk club a lot. That is why I have a lot of Scentsy clubbers. That is why I'm always having those conversations, because that PRV that I don't have to think about, that is on some months almost 1,000 PRV, is incredible. Now it changes because, you know, people can do 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It changes each month. But my goal is to always, if people don't want to host, I'm always sharing the opportunity of Scentsy Club. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Okay? So that is your goal. That's your number 1 challenge this month. Okay? All the club conversations to get a minimal of 200 PRV with club subscriptions. Okay? We are in an incentive right now with club being one of the levels. Level 2 is getting 3 new clubbers at the 500 threshold or the 50 threshold before for the 10% off and the half off are put in. Okay, doing this right beside you guys. If you're at the 200, great. Keep having conversations. I want each of you, and myself included, to hit this level of the incentive. Okay? Do your best with it. At the end of the day, if you end this month, we have 31 days of this month. If you end this month and you know daggone well that you had the conversations, you showed up, you did everything that you could do in your power to try to make it happen, but it just didn't quite happen, that's okay. Do your best, okay? So the real challenge, that was challenge number 1. The real challenge, okay? You guys might be like, wow, Amber, you have bracelets on. Maybe some of you are like, wow, I didn't even realize you have bracelets on. I have bracelets on. I used to wear an Apple Watch. I need to get back to it, but since I stopped teaching, I just don't think to put it on, and then it's dead all the time. So I have these bracelets just laying around, and they're the ones that have the different like verbiage on it. One says SSD, one says do it scared, one says strong, okay? I don't care what you have. They could be hair ties, they could be rubber bands, they could be bangles. I don't know what else you would have laying around to put on your wrist. Scrunchies, something that is going to be on there, and I need 3 of them. 3 of them, okay? 3 bracelets of some sort. And what these are going to represent and what you're going to do, this is going to serve as a reminder every single day for this month. And we all know the saying that it takes 21 days to form a habit, right? So all this month, and it's going to become a habit because we're all going to do it together, and we're going to freaking boss it out. I'm doing this very scared. I learned this from, well, I had this idea when I was listening to a challenge that Dan gave us, and then I said the idea of the 3 bracelets, and then somebody else was like, oh, we've done that before. We did it like years ago. So 3 bracelets, okay? And what you're going to do with these 3 bracelets, I hope you guys all have pins, okay? You're going to have 3 conversations a day. This does not have anything to do with the daily task list that you came up with. It doesn't have anything to do with that, your planner, unless you want to add it to your planner. But this is going to be a simple reminder that you need to have 3 conversations a day. Because if you're not having the conversations, it's not going to happen. Okay? So for me, I'm going to tell you about the 3 conversations that I'm having and how I'm going to do that. Now, my conversations that I'm doing, I have it written down and I'll share it with you guys. Mine are going to rotate Monday through Friday, what type of conversations I'm having, okay? Monday, I'm gonna have 3 sponsoring conversations, okay? So I already had 1 today. So what I'm gonna do with one of these bracelets, as a visual, I'm gonna move it to my other hand, okay? I need to have 2 more sponsoring conversations before I go to sleep tonight. And if I'm going to sleep tonight and I still have 2 over here, I better get on my phone and start having conversations. Okay? You see what I'm saying? This is a visual. It is an action that you have to do. Because I'm very visual, I'm very OCD, and if these are not even and they're like, this is driving me nuts already, okay? Monday, I'm having 3 conversations about sponsoring. We have a join special this month. If you guys listened to Dan's live last night, I was trying to find an image. I was talking to myself out loud, and then I forgot. I'm going to find the image. I think it's probably on Workstation somewhere. So the host to join kit, so the $59 kit and the $99 kit, the 3 summer collection bars are put in there for free. Both of those, okay? Share the mess out of that. I'm going to be talking to Dream Team List about that. I don't know what is going on with my face. Please ignore that. It is red and I don't know why. So when I have those 2 other conversations, that's what this conversation was about too. I have the host to join kit. I want to get to her. Okay. Tuesday, I'm having 3 conversations about partying. 3 conversations about partying. So by the end of today, all these will be on one wrist. I normally don't sleep with anything on my wrist, so I'll have these beside my bed to put on in the morning to remind myself. So Monday, sponsoring, 3 conversations. Tuesday, partying, 3 conversations. Wednesday, club, 3 conversations. Thursday, partying again, because partying is what sets up success for everything else in this business. Friday, sponsoring again. I'm doing this very scared right beside you guys But what needs to happen is we have to have these conversations, because if we're not having the conversations, then the results that we want are not going to come. The results that we want for building a team and building club and having high PRV and expanding our customer base are not going to come from the actions and the conversations that we're not having. So this is going to hold me accountable. Okay, I went ahead and switched over because I already had one conversation today. And when we're doing this, if you want, since you guys all have planners now, if you guys want to, I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm going to write on each day what type of conversations I'm having, and I'm writing who I'm talking to. Who I'm talking to. Okay, if I get ignored, fine, I'll write ignore beside it. If I get told no, not right now, fine, no, not right now. If I get told maybe, I'm going to write that down. If I get told a yes, do you get what I'm saying? I'm writing down so that way I can follow up. If you don't write down who you're having conversations down, or if you don't write who you're having conversation, Jesus, fix it. If you don't write down who you're having conversations with, there's no point, because you're not going to remember. You can think you're going to remember, but you're not. Okay? We are not God. I wish I knew a lot more than I do. Okay? Kayla, you're a freaking rock star. I love you. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you guys exactly what I just said. But what I want you guys to do to make this kind of fun, I want you guys, when you get your 3 bracelets, okay? When you get your 3 bracelets, I want you guys to take a picture of your 3 bracelets, and I want you to post it in this program group. I also want you, Kayla says hi. She said, hey, sweet Barb.
Say hi.
She said hi. And I also want you guys to post it on social media and put like a fun quote with it or something and tag me in it, okay? So that's your challenge. Number 1, get your clubbers, get like at least that 200 PRV threshold, that active threshold with clubbers. So I would say 2 new clubbers. The incentive is 3 new clubbers. Challenge yourself, okay? And then the 3 bracelets, 3 hair ties, 3 rubber bands, whatever it might be. You don't have to have anything fancy. I literally had these sitting around, and I think every single one of them was given to me. I know this was given to me, and I know Do It Scared. I think they were all given to me. I did not buy them. One of my neighbors makes these, so I think she gave me both of these. She knew that my life motto is Do It Scared. So she has a small business that she made these. So find something laying around. Like I said, bangles, Alex and Ani's. I used to have a ton of those laying around. Whatever works for you, as long as it is a reminder of the 3 conversations that you need to have a day. That's all that matters. Okay? Visual and all that. So I love you guys very much. Please utilize the conversations. I know some of you chat more in those Facebook groups than others. The Star Consultants, y'all be blowing up that Facebook Messenger. I love it. Chat with each other, make relationships. This is all about you guys, your growth with Scentsy. And I really and truly hope you all took away the most important thing from this business program, and it's to be consistent in the right things that matter. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Do the things that nobody else is going to do so you can live one day like no one else. Lindsay Bates, okay? So I will talk to you guys later, and we'll keep this group kind of open and going and doing all that. So have a great day and get after it. Bye, guys.